So Moors have been a bit of a legend. I had to take yesterday off, as I said, for a funeral, and while I was down there, they took the keys to both the Gila and the Rio, because the Rio's sold, isn't it? And they serviced them both for me and MOT'd them both for me, and they're all set to go now. I can get this out to our customer and I can start cleaning up the Gila and market that. Have to say, the Moor boys over the last couple of weeks have been absolute legends. The service has been brilliant. I've been dropping cars down, and within 24 hours they've been MOT'd and serviced and back to me. I think obviously it helps that the cars have been good cars and haven't needed a lot of work other than, you know, the odd tyre here and there, so that's really helped things as well. But yeah, no, really appreciative of those guys, as I always say. And we've also got custom valet in the house today, the best valeter yet. He really is a bit of a legend as well, does a cracking job. That's going to be ahead as well, because we need the Peugeot 307 and the Rio valeted today, so I can get on with other stuff. It just gets me that much further ahead. If he's doing those, I can prep some other cars, and we have someone today coming to look at the Ford KA as well, so I'll be doing some of that stuff, and I've got a crap load of paperwork to get on with. So custom valets are finished on the Gila, and as you can see, it's come out really well. This blue's got a really nice gloss to it. Really nice looking car. I'm going to try and get it inside before the rain kicks in. So with it obviously cleaned off, we can find out whether there's any sort of marks and so forth. It's a little bit, I haven't obviously started polishing anything. It's just had a waterless wax at the moment. Little scuff there. There's a fairly deep scratch on the bonnet there. And one down here. But kind of have to go looking for them. The alloys all seem good. Yeah, got a little scrape. I think that one might polish out actually. Yeah, alloys are all good. Got good tyres. Round the back's all good. There's no major scrapes or scratches there. Yeah, that paint really pops. And then inside, looking all good. I need to do a wet clean on the base of the seat. On the base of the seats, they need a bit of a wet clean. But no, all the plastics are good. $17,282 miles. Well, the headliner's nice and clean. Back seats are all good. Again, we might give the bases a little bit of a wet clean, but they're not bad at all. The carpets are good. Yeah, it's a clean little car, this one. So Peugeot sorted, guys. We've got the new screen in. We can take the cover off now, can't we? It came with the buttons at the top that support the hazard switches and traction control and all that. You take the old panel off. Parking sensors still work. Obviously we were doing this to replace the sat nav, but by doing this we've upgraded so much. So we've got navigation, that's their own map, but if we go here to apps, we can use, scroll along here, lovely touchscreen on it, we can use Google Maps. There we go. So we've got the Google Maps on there. If we come out of that, she's obviously got, now she's got a web browser as well. If she connects her phone to provide data, she's got a web browser in there, so that's cool. Sound recorder, AV in, so we can have movies on there as well. We can even get YouTube up and watch Chop's Garage if the like I say, if the data is connected on your phone. Come out of that. Not connected to the internet. Obviously we've got, like I say, Bluetooth calls. We've got the radio. We've got all the, so we've obviously got Bluetooth calls. We've got the radio, and obviously she can have Bluetooth music as well. Yeah, I just think, you know, we did away with that screen, but now we've got all these additional options in it. So now I've done this, oh, we've got DAB radio.
Now we've done this, I didn't realise it came with DAB radio as well. Yeah, it's like I say, I'm going to do this in more cars. I think it's a nice little upgrade. It looks almost factory. The only thing it's doing is sitting a bit proud of the thing. Not like it's all butted up nicely, but obviously there's a bit more depth to this screen. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that little upgrade. I think she'll probably end up being, knowing the lady, she's probably one of those people who just puts radio 2 on anyway. But I say, you know, I like it to have as, you know, as close to the original features as it can. It could have been quite a hassle getting Peugeot to sort this out, and we still wouldn't have had all the additional features that we've now got on this one. So I'm happy with that. I'll put a link to this in the Amazon shop in case any of you are thinking of upgrading as well. And you know, might be nice to upgrade for some of the motors you've got. Be cool to put one of these in the Camry, actually, wouldn't it? That'd be quite a cool little changeover one. I doubt if they do a backing plate that fits on that, but it's got this little bit of plastic stuck between the cover. Anyway, onwards, move on. We've got other stuff to do. So it's been a bit of a mental afternoon, guys. We've got some more gaps because things have been happening. The little KA's just gone out the door. That's gone locally to a family in Torrington. Turns out we knew a lot of people that knew each other, which was great. Lovely family. Sorry, I didn't actually ask. You might be watching the video now. I don't know if this is his mother or his mother-in-law. Chap came along with it, watches the channel, and it turns out just totally by accident that she saw the car, liked the look of it. He looked at where the address was and realised it was me. So he came along as well. So yeah, really nice natter with them. I probably took up way too much of their time. I will take the hind leg off a donkey, given half a chance, as you guys know from watching the channel. And then we had a return customer by the MG3. So I don't, again, depends how long you've been watching the channel, but we sold a little black Ford KA when I was down at Alfa Ragazzi to a lovely young lady. It was one that came in, needed a coil pack later on, and they'd done mega miles on it in the meantime. She's gone and got herself a brand new car, but her brother's come along and bought the little MG3 off me. So nice to see them again. Nice bit of repeat business there. And we're taking in a little Mini Cooper in part exchange. It is a bit old and a bit beat up. We haven't got a lot of money for it, given a lot of money for it. It's only got an MOT till February. We'll have a look at it when it comes in. See what your guys' opinion on it. I think, to be honest, I'll be doing it, selling it spares and repair. It's a bit too old for me to get involved with and too risky, and I think I could end up playing more money into it than I'm ever going to get back out of it retail. But when it comes in, I'll let you guys have a look over it. So yeah, so Peugeot sold, MG3 sold, KA sold, the Kia sold, and we've also got somebody wants the little video on the Gila sent over to them, a subscriber that's possibly considering having it sent up country. So stock's the problem again, guys. We need to get more stock sorted. The Jaguar has gone down to try and have the fuel leak sorted on it, and I have got to go and, I think I said earlier, I've got to go and look at another car today, so hopefully we get that, because I am needing stock quite badly now. Right, Saturday morning was in first thing, giving the Gila and the 308 a bit of a clean up before they went out. Last minute drama with the Peugeot 308. So you know I changed the stereo over. Hadn't noticed as I got in and out of the car after changing the stereo over that it's reset itself to kilometres on the mileage. I had a look up online, and apparently the normal stereo, the way to change it back to miles from kilometres is with the normal stereo, is with the screen that we had the problem with in the first place on the dashboard of the 308 that wasn't showing a sat nav. The menu is in there to change it back to mileage. So I had no way of changing it from kilometres back to mileage. So she's taken the car away, and I said, before the next MOT, we'll want to get it back in and change it back to miles, otherwise it'll look like the mileage has jumped. She wasn't overly bothered by it, but I said, you don't want your mileage looking like it's jumped up to 117,000 from 72,000. I said, I'm going to have to see the boys can plug in. I did have a go with my machine, but I couldn't find it, but I don't really know what I'm looking for. The other alternative is, I've got the original stereo, is before the MOT we put the original stereo back in again, and then try and reset it back to mileage and see if we can't then put the other stereo back. But I read online, and everybody who swapped these head units out, not even to the Android ones, to other Peugeot ones, has had the same problem of it going to kilometres. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the solution is going to be. But as always, just tell the customer what the problem is. If she wanted to back out of the deal there and then, that would have been absolutely fine, but she didn't. She knows the score with it.
total up front, saves me hassle, and you know, I'm sure we'll find some way to resolve it one way or the other. So yes, that's gone out. The Aguila's gone out. The Rio hasn't gone out completely. It's gone back down to more, just from to check, because I noticed the coolant level dropped just a little bit on the Rio, and I just want to check whether there's a leak or something like that going on. So I want to, you know, just get that checked out. So that's gone back down. So it would have gone out today, but unfortunately it hasn't. We picked up some new cars. What have we got to show you? We've got a Tiguan. Picked this up yesterday. 2013, 107,000 miles, 2-litre diesel. Where's the keys for it? 2 remote keys. Nice condition. I forget what spec this one is. It an SE or something? It's got the nice alloys. It's got parking sensors front and rear. It's a 2-litre TDI Blue Motion. White is always a popular colour on the VW stuff, isn't it? Bodywork seems good. Don't know if that's just a bit of dirt. Obviously we need to give it a clean to have a proper look at it, but I don't think the bodywork needs a lot. We've got lower fogs, some chrome trim and that, so I assume this is like an SE or something, but I forget. I did look, but I forget. Yeah, drives really nice. Drove it home and back last night. Can't fault it really. The only thing I would fault it is it's not got any service history with it. It has got a service history book, but doesn't seem to have any stamps. Now there's some viewers, I know some viewers that work for VW that helped me out before, try and track down history. If you can, if there are some of you out there that work for VW and have access, there's a number plate. Otherwise I'm going to have to assume that nothing's been done and get a cam belt done on it, which obviously does increase costs quite a lot. All round electric windows, electric mirrors, heated mirrors, fabric interior, but seems in good condition. The whole car seems actually in decent condition. We've got, I don't think we've got sat nav, but we've got DAB radio, air conditioning, auxiliary inputs, automatic stop start, hill hold, electronic handbrake, 6-speed manual, Bluetooth. Yeah, drives really, I don't think we've got cruise on this one. No, we haven't. Drives really well. I think retail for this is something like 7,495, something along those lines. Last time I had a Golf, didn't I, with a 2-litre TDI in it, and I went a bit under Auto Trader and was absolutely bombarded with calls. And the way stuff's selling at the moment, I don't really see why I should market stuff less than Auto Trader says. So we'll go with that price at first and see how we get on. I'll get it down for an MOT. Like I say, if we can track some service history down, all well and good. Otherwise we'll get a cam belt service done on it, and then we'll definitely need to stay at the top end of that. But I think for whoever buys it, it's worth the peace of mind if that's been done, to pay a little bit more on top, isn't it? So yeah, nice car, nice buy. That one should go well, and goodness knows I need stock at the moment. Just took this in part exchange. Ford Focus 2-litre diesel gear from the lad that had the little Gila. He says his reason for changing the car is because he's only doing very short runs back and forth, and he doesn't need a car this big, wants something smaller. I don't know, we'll find out, I guess, when we... He did actually, he's related to the chap that bought the... He came here on a recommendation for the chap who bought the 7-seater black Qashqai from me. So, and they seem like nice people, but everybody does seem nice, I guess. So it's a very clean car, I'll give it that. It's a very clean car. All the interior carpets and seats are nice and clean. Nice spec with all round lecky windows. What else have we got? Is that cruise control on the steering wheel? Might be. Yeah, I think it is cruise control, isn't it? Nice fake wood there. We've got the heated front screen, air conditioning, 6-speed manual. Focuses are normally good news, aren't they? And especially ones with diesel engines here in the southwest. Got alloys on it. Bodywork is decent. Body alloys seem okay. He had all the work done on the last MOT. I got the receipts for that, and there wasn't a lot on the last MOT, but he got... Oh, look at the cigarette butts. Nice. So he had the MOT work done. Sorry, I'm actually parked in my neighbour's spot, which I shouldn't be. But Saturday, no one else is here. Yeah, it looks like the front bumper's had paint on it. Let's say alloy's in good nick. I think, oh yeah, there's a little ding here in the rear quarter, but I think this has got to be, I might be tempted to retail it, we'll see. I think it's got to be probably 1995.
if on a 2007 with how many miles? Might be 2.5. I'm not sure. I'll have to check prices out. I really don't know. I think the mileage is, yeah, the mileage isn't horrendous. 85,000 miles on it. Could be a good little car. Right, we also got something else, and you guys are absolutely going to laugh your heads off at this. I better get the keys for it first. Oh yeah, those of you that regularly watch will find this funny. Here's the keys for it. I'm going to make my excuses straight away. I went to the main dealers because he said he had a piece of stock in, and I like to get down there quick and get the cars gone quick to keep them happy. But I had a steaming hangover from going to my friend's funeral, and I really could not be bothered. And the car was cheap and old, so I didn't do the same level of checks I really should do. So here it is. It's another Micra, guys. It's another Micra, and it's, I don't know what people's opinion of the colours are. I can't imagine it's going to be particularly popular in what we're going to call metallic green combat or something like that. It's actually, bodywork wise, it's not absolutely horrendous. It looks like it could polish up okay, but it is after all a green Micra, and it's a 2003 with faded headlights, so it's like the blue one we've still got to finish the roof off on. It's done 100 and... what's the mileage on it? Don't think I even locked it. It's done... it's keyless, which is just stupid, isn't it, really? It's done 119,000 miles on it. The seat has got wear in it. I literally, I won't lie, I walked up to the car, I leant in like that, looked at the mileage, started it up to listen for chain rattle. Now that's the starter motor which sticks on this. If any of you sell Nissans of this age of the 1.2, you'll all agree with me. They all have these sticky starters that stay out for a second or two. It's been on every single one I've ever had. So I thought, well, I'm listening for the chain. That sounds all good. Basic look, oh, it looks a little bit dirty, but it'll clean up all right. Turned it off, walked away. And what did I give for it? A few £100, which I think is probably a few £100 too much, because I didn't look up here. Look at that. And that is damp. I think the sunroof, and look at the back of the headliner as well. It's got something splayed up the back of it. It's like someone sprayed something horrible up the back of the headliner there. I think we probably got blocked drain holes for the sunroof, possibly, and it's been leaking because the floor looks damp down there as well, and that corner looks really damp. So it's actually got a really long MOT. That's the other reason I didn't take, because he said, oh, it's got an MOT till September, and I thought, it's not really a car for me to make any money on. I'll just give it a clean and send it out with the MOT on it. But now we've got to find out why it's leaking like that and get that cleaned up. So yeah, go down in the comments and berate me as much as you like. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know a few people, Royston, you're going to kick my rear end, aren't you? But as you always say, I suspect I'm still probably going to get a day's wage out of it, as you like to say. We'll have to see. It drives okay. Like I said, it's got the MOT wasn't horrendous. It's just, yeah, it's going to need the mother all cleanups, and you have to wonder if it's worth my time doing it or not when I've got other stuff on the go. Anyhow, so that's what's happened with purchasing. What else have I bought? I possibly bought a Fiesta as well. Not the best combo, a 3-door Fiesta, which I tend to like to get the 5-door. And it's in a flat red, which I don't tend to like. But it has got the right engine. It's got the 1.25 petrol, not the 1 litre EcoBoost. It's a 2015 with only 50,000 miles on. So there'll be someone out there for that, I would have thought. It's the better engine because it's the more reliable engine, but flat red 3-door is not the best combo for small cars. So there we go. That's what's been going on purchasing wise. The Peugeot's in to dry out because it got a bit damp inside and got some mould on it. I don't think it got seriously damp, but it just was sitting outside for so long. But these are renowned for leaking round here, and so we'll pull that seal round out and make sure. I don't think there's any water in the wheel well, but we'll check that out. So we've got that to get done, and the Cougar's still to get cleaned up, and the Corsa's still to get done. But I think it might be time, I don't know where I am with the videos, but it might be time to try and hop on and get the roof finished off on the other Micra, so I can get that out of the unit, stop taking up space. But yeah, empty showroom again, guys. I will also take the Ford home with us as well and see if I've been stung on another part exchange. So we'll drive that over the weekend, and I'll report back to you soon on
yeah, whether we've been stung with another Part X diesel or not. So that's another reason to tune in. Make sure you're subscribed down below and you have the notification bell on to let you know when the next video comes out.